So here I'm going to move toward the argument that we were bouncing around a little bit before, which is I think it's important to preserve and protect Western norms from other norms. And so that's why, I mean, I don't have the instinct that for I wouldn't recommend Charlie Hebdo do what Charlie Hebdo does. I'm not a big fan of their content. Nevertheless, I do think it's important for the West to protect itself. And so people should just be honest about this. If anything, we should have double standards protecting Western norms, not against Western norms, which is weird because our double standards, if to the extent that we have them, are actually about groups that challenge Western norms, right? So that would be, I wouldn't want to say they were playing with fire. And I would just say, look, they're a part of, they were participating in Western norms, and I would like to protect those. However, again, it's basically the same attitude I have about Draw Muhammad Day, which is I don't find it particularly edifying, and I don't know why it's any different from, say, the N Word Day.
Yeah, because I mean, the comedy club example is, I think, very easy to defend.
Yes,
It's a private venue,
right,
and they tell people on the door, by the way, we tell some really offensive jokes in here,
right.
so be prepared. Yeah, like I don't think. I mean, you'd have to be a real prude to object to that.
Just
But
kick the person out if they object. Say, get out of here then.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so I don't think there are a lot of people on the other side of that
Yeah,
argument.
exactly.
But like a case like Charlie Hebdo, where it's a national magazine that's available everywhere. I mean, of course, no one's putting a gun to your head and telling you have to read it, but it's not easily excludable like the comedy club is. But I think, yeah, my view would be that they should, what if you don't like Charlie Hebdo, don't read it, even though you can't technically be completely protected from it.
Okay, but I still don't see, like, suppose that there was a famous national paper in the United States, and it consistently ridiculed the N word. It wrote articles about them, it drew caricatures of them, and it was pretty popular. Now, my view about that, I don't think I would want the law to shut it down. I do think norms would shut it down because it would just be too costly for the people participating in that. They would be um, marginalized in the way that the KKK is, and I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean there is that, but it's just like on the internet and obscure places that
Sure.
are hard
Yes.
to find.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, most people don't enjoy really causing gratuitous offense to other people, and so I don't think that newspaper would ever gain kind of popularity that would uh, make the debate necessary.
Well, I'm not particularly knowledgeable about Charlie Hebdo, but wasn't that part of their shtick? That is to
Well, I think
offend
the
people?
example you gave, the newspaper that constantly used the N word, is different from Charlie Hebdo, because Charlie Hebdo, my understanding, I didn't never read it and I don't speak French. They went after everyone and they
Hmm.
making fun of everyone,
I
all
see.
different races and religions. So it's not like they're just focusing on one group
Right.
as your
Okay.
newspaper is.
Hmm.
Um, and some of their gags may have had genuine comic value,
Right.
whereas just using the N word
Has very
uh,
little comic.
is particularly funny to
In
most people.
Tarantino movies, it can be funny.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely in favor of
Right.
artists using it to artistic effect.
Right. So yeah, I agree with that. And by the way, I would just to head off a potential counter argument. I wouldn't favor depicting Jesus in like I wouldn't favor pillaring Jesus
Yeah, yeah,
either.
no.
Or again, it's not to say I think somebody who does should be thrown in jail, but I do think if you attempted to do that in a paper, like in a Calvinist community, you would be ostracized, and I think that that's fine for the community to protect itself in that way.
Yeah, so you don't think Calvinists should lighten up? You think
No, I like that
they're,
they
they're De gustabus non e disputandum. If they if they don't like that,
Yes.
you're gonna get kicked out of their
Yeah,
community.
my view is that the Calvinists have a particular attitude toward the world, and I like that, and they can have that, and if you don't like that attitude, the great thing about the West is you can go somewhere else.